What is going on, everybody? My name is Chris. I hope you guys are having a fantastic day. I am. I built a new park today, and I figured I would kind of do a little bit of a breakdown and kind of talk about it for you guys. And yeah, it's the first time I've like proper built like a park in like one day, more or less. Initially, I was recording a really in-depth tutorial on how to build this park, and it was one, it was taking a little bit longer than I would like, and two, I kind of didn't figure out exactly what I was doing, but I was able to kind of pull it off. So I decided to just like stop recording midway through and just like put on some music and build the park, and it found it to be like way more enjoyable and way less stressful because I feel like I'm obligated to like have to talk the entire time while I'm building the park, which sometimes is just kind of like, you know, doing like a creative process like with anything. But I just thought, you know, I figured, you know what, screw it, let's just like make something different. And essentially I was going through like my analytics, and I was noticing a lot of the videos where I did like tutorials on how to build a park and really in depth, those were doing really well. So I thought I was going to do something like that, but I ended up not doing it. But nonetheless, we still have this video so you guys can see the park that I'm skating right now. And essentially the inspiration for this park was just to do a nice like simple DIY type park. And it was with no merch and no DLC. So I'm actually using the Xbox One. If you guys remember on my previous video, I was having some issues with my Xbox 360 controller, and it was just like being a little bit frustrating. But it was still a little bit of a challenge, but I was actually able to work around it. And I think the DIY type park definitely can sometimes warrant actually like, you know, being able to be somewhat easy to build, more or less, but definitely would have been really cool to have some type of merge glitch, especially on the 360. But nonetheless, I was still able to pull it off, and I just think it came out somewhat cool. And so far, like the last like 45 minutes, because I took the thumbnail before recording this video, it's been actually really fun. It actually has some decent flow, and it's a little bit unique of a park because there's a lot of like slappy curbs, and I wanted to get somewhat like experimental, a little bit out of my style that I normally do with my parks. And yeah, so I guess one of the first things is this kind of curved rail, which normally I don't do, and like it's just a little bit challenging, so I kind of hide it with this like block thingy. It just kind of makes it, you know, a little bit challenging, more or less with the flow, so you kind of got to hit it from a weird angle, but it does skate really well. So, and I also built this thing on the other side where you can kind of gap over the rail, and like I built like some plywood in the ground, but it's really just some ledges, and it kind of, you know, it's just, you know, a little bit creative, a little bit different. That's what I would say to this park. It's not necessarily like the most crazy thing that I've built, but it's genuinely probably one of my favorite parks that I've built in a while. So I love that, just like creative. I mean, like a round rail. I mean, like why not? We got some stairs here, and the props really help make this park like look more finished. Because before I added all the props and like all the foliage and everything like that, it really wasn't coming out that good. It felt really plain, but now that I'm skating it, it does feel like a complete park, which I'm happy about. So then we have like this kind of just kinked rail, very simple. There's nothing crazy about it. I made it like that kind of this ugly texture. I could have done it with this rail too, but I'm just leaving it. And then this is actually the fancy ledge. And if you put it into the factory setting, it looks like concrete. So this is what it looks like just merged in. Again, very simple. Just put some foliage into the ground. This is just, you know, a pallet. A big short rail as like a pole jam. Again, with the DLC, I would have absolutely used that here, but again, I wanted to kind of challenge it and make it not a, you know, non-DLC park, so everybody could download it, which I think I can upload. So we're gonna try that towards the end of the video. So then this object was actually kind of the whole inspiration for the park. So I was just messing around, and I came across this. So it's actually like this object where it's like that weird whatever like hip thingy. And I like was sinking it into the ground, and I was like, huh, that looks like really weird. Like, it's interesting. I'm like, I've never really used something like that before. So I like sunk it into the ground, and then I was like, oh, if I build like this very steep ramp right here, I can almost kind of make it like a ledge that you can do kind of like a power slide onto, which is really cool. And then I also came across, I was like, wait, this is like a perfect thing for like a slappy type curb, which it does skate like that. So it's kind of, again, it's just a little bit, it's out there. It's a little bit different. It actually does skate pretty well for what I initially thought. It works really good for, you know, if you just want to do like an air, like a grab over that, like it's kind of cool. And then I think if we try to, so yeah, it skates like really good like that. And I want to say here, we got to get a slappy, I feel like. I mean, if you look, I just kind of rode over it right there. There we go. Oh, I kind of went into like something like right there. Like, see, like I just went into a board slide. Like, that's kind of cool. I would say this is probably like a slappy type park, which is always kind of fun because it's a little bit different. But yeah, so you kind of just go into, okay, that was kind of weird. Let's try, I want to get another one. Let's try to do like I love to get into a blunt, but I mean, I like that I can go into like a board slide. I've actually never made a slappy curb where you could do that, or at least that's kind of fun. Let's see if we can try to get like a blunt on it, because that's just super satisfying. There we go. Well, I mean, normally we'd have it like that. There we go. So here we just got like a basic, you know, just a little grass gap with a prop rail. I always like this one because it's not too tall, but I don't know. It's just nice. Just a little trash can, you know, ollie over that. Oh yeah, we do have another slappy curb over here. So there's this ramp, and then, I can't get it. But it's not as good as the other one, I think, but it still works out pretty good. So again, all this is just a ledge, and then I use the wide rail as like the part where, because it has that grinded texture on it, and it's just angled up against it. It's really easy to make. So like, yeah, you can literally right up it. You can even do blunts if you go like do power slides or do noses, whatever. Even though I'm not showing it off that well at all right now. There you go. So it does work like that, and then I kind of made this cool line area. So I built this like weird concrete thing. Like, I don't know, again, it's kind of like supposed to be, I guess, like a construction site kind of ish. So you can like ollie into this and then do like a little Euro gap, and then it like lines you up perfectly if you want to try to hit the curved rail. I don't know, something kind of fun. Added like a rail underneath here just for like some texture, more or less, and that's like pretty much the park. Added like this quarter pipe, but it's kind of fun skating into there. It just helps with the flow. Added this like kind of mani pad slash, I always add these in my parks. You guys have seen these a ton. Just the floating bench with like the a wide ledge underneath it for like the concrete look. And it's perfect on this side. I don't think you can do low pop out of it. No, you still have to ollie up a little bit higher, but it's still like, it's perfect for doing like manis going this way or hitting it from the other way. Cause like nothing wrong with that. I put this thing here. I think that's literally the first grind that I've done on that flatbed truck. Ooh, this is kind of a fun thing right here. This is like a low pop to this like table. There, I just did it first try. Like I love, for some reason that's super satisfying. I've like never really used that other than like my only prop skate park that I made. And it's kind of cool because there's like a little dip right here. So instead of it just being flat, it actually goes up, which is just a little bit interesting. So you can kind of like do, you know, if you want to do like an ollie to a manual over there, like, you know, something like that, whatever. But yeah, I had to add this quarter pipe. Normally I just didn't want it, I didn't want it to feel like a skate park. I wanted to feel like a DIY thing, which I guess it's still a hybrid of it, but you still always need like some quarter pipes to just help keep flow. It just makes it way easier, even though sometimes like those aren't the best, but yeah, there's the Euro gap right here. That's like overall the park. Again, it's actually a very easy park to make. It wasn't that crazy, but it was just kind of fun to get a little bit creative, throwing some extra details into stuff. So I'm going to see if I can upload this park, because I genuinely have no clue if I can or not. So let's go to my parks. So let's see my shared parks. So I have space for 0 parks right now. So this one's up. That's 39,000, 47,000. That's crazy. Unfortunately, I can't get to the teams part. So when I go to Team Finder or create a team, it just doesn't show up. I mean, it shows up, but it like won't load. So I don't know what that's all about. That's just kind of frustrating. I'm gonna delete the Street Mini Mega. Is like, nah. I could really care about that park, so I just deleted that one. So then we're gonna actually upload this park. Hopefully it works. Cool. I didn't realize that it was download. So basically, if you guys want to get this park and you're watching this video relatively recent, it should be up in the community parks if you're on the Xbox 360 under like most recent. Hopefully that should show up. I feel like you might have to dig down a little bit, unfortunately, if you haven't gotten the park, but I don't know if this is just from my point of view or if this is for all of Xbox like One or 360 skate parks. Like my Rise Plaza's in here, like the outdoor, like a lot of my parks are on here. So I'm not sure if that's just like, this is my second account on my 360 that also has parks. Like I don't know why. Like, I feel like it's just my thing, but I could be wrong. So if you guys want to try to find my parks, check the top rated. Like I said, so if you guys want to find my parks, try the top rated if you're on the Xbox thing. I know I'm going to repeat myself, but I can't, it's just not letting me create a team. But nonetheless, yeah, if I can just do that, I mean, it'll just be a little bit more challenging, but that's just kind of the way it is. But at least you can download parks, because it's been fun. Like when I've been just messing around, just downloading stuff once in a while, it's just kind of different. Okay, I think that's a signal for the end of the video. So that's gonna be it today, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this park. If you guys want, I can do like a more in-depth breakdown on how I built the park if you guys want to. If not, totally cool. And yeah, we'll just continue uploading, and I will be making follow-ups to the mansion park and the other one, the city park thing that I built a couple months ago that I was talking about. But I just figured I wanted to make something a little bit different and just kind of have fun and build a park. So nonetheless, hope you guys enjoyed it. If you guys did, make sure you click that like button. If you guys are new here, do click that subscribe button. I've noticed like 67% of the people that watch my videos are not subscribed, so you should hit that subscribe button. But anyways, my name is Chris. I hope to see you guys again soon. Peace.